Y'all, I just want to take a minute and introduce myself. I'm Cynthia, and this is my YouTube channel. And I've been a gardener, oh my goodness, I would say at least probably 30 something plus years. And I started out not knowing anything about gardening. And a neighbor gave me some seeds, and I planted those seeds, and I was hooked. And I noticed that when I started gardening, like all my stuff started doing really good. And I just had a little bitty patch. And then I moved to this present home that I'm in, and I've been here a long, long time. And I noticed that one time I had a huge garden, a great big one. I'll show it to you when I do a tour. But I've let it overgrow now with trees, and whatever wants to grow in there is in there now, because I had a terrible problem with woodchucks. And I mean, I spent all kind of money. You should have seen my garden. It was, I guess to those woodchucks, that was like an oasis. And they were determined they were going to get in there. I electrified the fence. I dug down in the ground. I did everything somebody told me to do. I did it. But the woodchucks tunneled underneath and got in. And after that, I realized I can't stop these unless you kill them. And, I just gave up. I was frustrated and gave up. I always did. After that, I did like ornamental. I love roses, and I love a beautiful looking garden, so I always kept that up. But the vegetables, I noticed, I just said, I'm not gonna grow them for them to eat up. So here recently, few years back, I started putting in little vegetables here and there, and I tried to pick and choose what I would put in and see what would happen. The woodchucks, my neighbor had a dog, so the woodchucks, a lot of them, are gone because they don't want to live here, or they were killed. So now I'm fully retired, and I've decided I'm really going to go full force like I used to do. I know a lot about gardening. I'm not an expert. If you know things, hey, you can tell me, you can correct me. I don't care. I'm just out there gardening because I have a passion for it and I love it. And so I will continue to garden, and it may not be by the book or whatever, but it's going to be my way, and it's going to be what's been successful for me. So I will show you what I do, and then I will show you the result of that. Now, I have a disability, and I have neuropathy. So I have a back injury and neuropathy. And so I have to pace myself, and I have to, take breaks. I can't spend long periods of time just go, go, go like I used to. Excuse me. So I'm working with a disability. So I just want people that have disabilities to see, don't let that stop you, that you can still garden, that you can still do things that you want to do. You just work around that. You find a way to make that work for you. And I'm hoping that people will be seeing me doing it, and that they will go ahead and try to do something. It doesn't matter if you have a garden on your windowsill. Hey, you got some herbs, whatever, house plants, whatever, just grow something. They're so rewarding. That's what I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, tell you a little bit about me, and I'm hoping that you're going to come on board with me and join me on this journey. You're not going to see somebody with a whole bunch of money, because I don't have it. I'm going to be doing everything on a budget. You're not going to see somebody who is just doing something that they don't love. They just out there doing something because they want a few vegetables or whatever. You're going to see somebody who loves it. So it's going to be hot. I'm going to be sweaty. I'm going to have on my baseball cap and my bandana, and I'm going to look totally different, and I'm going to be happy. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, so that's that. And then I wanted to talk to you today about companion planting. That's something that I never really got into very much. I did a few little things here and there, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I wasn't specifically trying to do that. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to be doing that companion planting. I'm going to try to get things going. I have a lot of seeds, I'll show you things that I've done inside, and then I'm going to put some things in the ground, directly sow them in the ground outside. And I'm going to hope that, no woodchucks or no animals move in on me and start eating my stuff up. I'm going to do a few precautions, of little things that I can do for the squirrels and rabbits and whatnot. Okay, so I wrote down a few notes. So, what I know about companion planting is that it's putting things together that benefit one another. It might be that they repel insects and protect one plant because the insects don't like that plant. Or it might be that maybe they conserve water, or maybe they are like legumes where they bring the nitrogen up in the roots, or do something like that that's helpful so to the other plant. So that's what I know about it, and it's something that if you want to get more in depth, I'm just giving you basic. You can Google that, and there's much information and much more in depth than what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just going to give you some of the things that I'm going to be trying. Now, you can put lettuce with your tomatoes or with your eggplant, and those two things will benefit one another. You can take and put your carrots and radishes together. And another thing about this is one plant, it may be like, say for instance, radishes. You harvest those quickly, they're gone, and then it doesn't interfere with the carrot roots. So, they work together. Nasturtiums and cucumbers. Well, they kind of climb the nasturtiums, so the cucumbers do too. And plus, it's going to bring in those beneficial pollinators, which you want to have flowers in your garden always. So you can put those together. Now, you can put your melons or your squash with your herbs. Like any herbs that you're growing, you can put them together and they'll benefit one another. Sweet alyssum with Swiss chard. Well, I'm going to be growing Swiss chard for the first time. I've never grown Swiss chard, so I'm looking forward to that because I do like that. I like things. I love the greens, in the green family. So that's something. Now, this is an old one that a lot of people know about. Corn, pole beans, and squash, the three sisters, which, the Native Americans showed the pilgrims how to do this kind of stuff and survive in this country. Now, calendula and broccoli. So those two things. Now, you can take your tomato and basil. Well, a lot of people know about that. That was something that I used to do. But you can put tomato with cilantro. So, those are things that you can try that will benefit one another. You can take lettuce and chives, or you can take your lettuce and garlic and put those things together. Now, this is a flower, your roses and your geraniums. I've never done that. I think I'm going to try that. Or you can take the roses and the chives. Now, you can take your chamomile and cabbage. So I just wanted to give you a list of some things that I'm going to try if I can find the seeds for them, because our stores are very limited in what they have. I'm in New York, And right now, it's cold. It's not really spring. The ground, there's no snow on it, but every day you might see a little few flakes coming down, and they usually just go away and don't accumulate on the ground or anything, but it's just cold. Now I have all these seedlings and plants that I started, and I'm just trying to keep things alive till I can get them in the ground. Now normally I'll always plant it Memorial Day weekend here. But I think I'm going to have to put some stuff out early because I have so much going and my stuff just blew up. It just really took off, and I have like a lot of big plants. So let me take this off of here, and I'm going to show you what I have here, okay? Okay, here we go. Let me stand back so you can kind of see this shelf. This is in my kitchen. I've kind of made it a temporary greenhouse here. And I'm going to go in closer so you can see some of the stuff that I have. And I have flowers and everything. So there's a lot of flowers in there. These two over here, some squash on this end, and big ones right there. Let me see, can you see my hand? Yeah, squash. And I even have watermelons in here. Peas and, some things I found out you shouldn't really do them inside. You should direct sow, but hey, they in here now. So I'm just showing you what I have. And I'm trying to really keep my stuff alive. Some of this stuff here haven't germinated because some stuff I planted a little bit later. So it's coming along. And then some of these, like these squashes and stuff like that, I think next time I would definitely start these later than I did. Because, the squashes and the cucumbers are huge. So I'm just hoping everything is going to survive and I'm not going to have a problem. And I'm praying for blessings on my garden. Then I have this shelf down here. I kind of have it turned this way because I got some stuff that's on this heating mat. Because I have things in there that I put in later on to germinate down in here. And then some things back here are empty because I took them out and transplanted them. Like I got these beets here, and I don't know how they're going to do. I heard that you're not supposed to do that either. So don't do what I did. Put some stuff directly, sow it in the ground. Like anything that's a root, don't like its root disturbed. Look at all these squash. They hanging all over. And I see a little discoloration on some of the leaves, so I'm just keeping my eye on it. Then I got these carrots. That's another root thing that I should have put in the ground. But I'm going to take it out there and I'm going to plant these things. And I'm going to see what happens. And I'm going to also plant some seeds. Now here's a loss here, I think. When I was watering, I damage that stem, but I'm just keeping some water on it and just see what happens, because I don't know if it's gonna go or not. So here we go. This is another shelf. Now these are basically a whole bunch of flowers in here, so that's a lot of flower seeds. And then up here I have like a whole bunch of tomatoes. They're kind of leggy, but I don't worry about the tomatoes being leggy because they have those stems with all the root potential. So you can just put them in the ground and everything. So that's what that is. And then down here I have a fan, which I cut it off for a while, but I've been having the fan on them because I want to let that fan go, because first of all, circulation, ventilation, and then also that blowing on the stem can help to strengthen these stems a little bit. And it is working, because I noticed some of my stems have gotten stronger. I have not put anything outside to harden it off because the weather. And even when the weather was, not that cold, we had vicious, like a wind, a real bad wind. You don't want to put your stuff outside because it can be damaged by a wind. So I'm going to end now. And I just wanted to show you, introduce myself. I know this is kind of long, but I hope that you'll stay with the whole video. And I thank you so much for watching, because I know you could be doing something else. And come on, join me in this journey. Go ahead, subscribe. If you like what you see, go ahead, like this video and subscribe. Okay? Bye-bye.